What up, what up, what up, what it is, what it do. You know who it is, who are you? It's the fellas from the 22 twos. We in the building.
Bro,
Uh Championship weekend is
big
in
weekend.
the books.
Mm-hmm.
Got
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
Super Bowl lined up in New Orleans. We here to give y'all a recap, give y'all our takes, tell y'all all the things that we saw and that we felt about how this past weekend transpired. And but before we do all of that, please, please, please like, subscribe, follow. What else can you do?
Comment, comment,
Comment,
offer your feedback.
Share. You can share.
share. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
You
Hit us
can
up.
argue with us because we like to
Apo-
argue.
Apologies for y'all who don't got TikTok already installed on the phone. I
Yeah,
see it
yeah.
going for
You can read.
25K on eBay, but if you got it, hit us with a follow.
You know what I'm saying? You can't even update your TikTok if it's on your phone. Anyway, though, we gonna go ahead and get to it. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it quick because we got a lot to cover. So we're gonna cover a lot quickly. So, ain't no we talk fast. You just gotta listen a little faster. Keep
Yes,
up.
sir.
Over to you, Mr. Extraordinaire Host.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're gonna jump into the football games real quick, but fellas, time out. I would be remiss if I didn't say happy 1 year anniversary to us. If y'all scroll back through the Instagram, one of our first video was with Patrick Mahomes last year going into the Super Bowl and eventually getting that title again. So we right back at it. Ain't nothing changing. Clearly ain't nothing changing in the NFL because Pat is right back at it. He said it right after the win last year that he wanted to three-peat because there's been no other team to do it. And he seems well on his way to do so, defeating the Buffalo Bills once again. Josh Allen runs into his arch nemesis. It just seems like this is the age-old story, right? Chiefs, Bills, whether it's in Buffalo, whether it's in Gayha Stadium, and Mahomes is going to win by 3 or 4 or 5, but it's going to be a close game, and Mahomes is going to come out with the victory in the end. Overtime, regulation, doesn't even matter. One of the hottest topics, and this has been an age-old story in basketball, football, but whenever one team starts to dominate, the calls seem so much more glaring, and we're seeing that this time around with the Kansas City Chiefs. Every single call is scrutinized on the field. Was it a grab and go? Was it really pass interference? Did he drop it? Did he get the first down? Is it a complete pass? You're going to hear everything in the books. And of course, we had the crucial 4th-and-1 play last night with Josh Allen getting right smack to the line. When I watched it live, I only saw one replay, so I definitely got to double back. But on first look, his body for sure got to the line, but I wasn't sure if the football touched the line, crossed the line, whatever. But of course, we know the controversial people out there saying they cheating for the Chiefs. They want the Swifties to win and Travis Kelce to be out there, and the NFL can make some more moolah, with the camera panning over to Taylor Swift, so on and so forth. So, Sean, I'm gonna start with you, man. Did the Bills play against the Chiefs plus the refs? Or did they just walk into Kansas City again and take another L?
I think they walked in and took another L because when you see I don't know if you guys had the opportunity to see the press conference with Josh Allen when he would address the press, and he was like,
"Yeah,
you have to beat the champs. You have to go in and win convincingly. You can't rely on a call. You can't rely on exigent circumstances to be like, okay, this was the reason why we lost the game." The reason why they lost the game is because they didn't take advantage of opportunities. And if you recall in the beginning of the game, we were like, what the hell is Josh Allen doing? Mm-hmm. Putting the ball at risk when he had a couple of near picks in the beginning of the football game. Now, he was able to settle down and play much better football. But, for the most part, they couldn't hang with the champs. You know what I'm saying? They were unable to do some of the things that made them feel comfortable. And Steve Spagnuolo, even though their defense, got gashed, the Chiefs' defense got gashed at certain points during the game with the run. They kept Josh Allen off balance, and played bend but don't break defense. I thought that the Bills could have done a better job in scoring situations, especially when they didn't need to go for 2. And I know we're going to talk about this, and I feel like teams and coaches feel pressed, that they have to score, that they have to go for 2 points. Really don't have to in situations where it's not necessarily called for it. Keep the game close, take the points, and don't walk away from them. You know what I'm saying? But I digress. I let my brother on the other side get his turn and kind of retort.
Yeah, maneuvers. It wasn't necessarily belt to ass like we seen on the NFC side, but another loss, and another championship appearance from Patrick Mahomes, who's trying to make his stake of the claim for GOAT status. So talk to me about the Bills, being disappointed again. It's getting, you almost want to get teary-eyed with the camera panning over to Josh Allen every single time with the clock winding down and him just having that puppy dog face and just like, damn, like I tried again and it wasn't enough.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of storylines. And this one is like DB Do likes to say, the best storyline is in the losing locker room. I think the best storylines are all over this game. Some of the things I want to touch on really quickly, just mention it so that people could think about it, is Von Miller need to retire. They rested him all season so he can make an impact in the playoffs and was non-existent. Didn't show up anywhere at all. Injuries and concussions.
They missed Benford. Yeah,
really.
Benford was huge.
Really hurt the Bills. Regardless of the outcome, I think coming down to the end of the game, Josh Allen did put the Superman cape on, and I think what's evident is that they said, okay, last year we had a number one receiver and Josh Allen, and like, can he do it without a number one receiver? And he answered the question.
Yeah,
please go get that man some help because he can't do it on his own. Cook is a beast.
You said he need help?
He need help.
Got a lot of help.
Does he?
Does he?
Yeah. On paper.
Got a lot of help.
On paper.
We wasn't saying he needed a lot of help when he was winning those games this season and beat the Chiefs.
No.
Vegas sure did.
I want to, like I said, he's answered the question. He doesn't. He can win without all those pieces around him.
Regular season.
In order to go and like he needs help. He does.
I don't like that.
But at the end of he does. I mean, you can disagree, but that's my take. I think he needs some help because you know what, he made the plays that he was supposed to make, and yet again, the story isn't Josh Allen failed. The story is Josh Allen didn't have the timely catches from his teammates or the blocking or the running when he needed it.
All right, so I just thought of this right on the fly. And to Maneuver's point, Sean, you saying he doesn't need help. Maneuver said this last weekend when Ravens were, trying to get the 2-point conversion against the Bills into the game, right? What did Maneuver say in the group chat? Best play, right? With every team in the playoffs, when you say best play, you kind of know who that ball is going to. Look at the Bills. If I were to tell you Bills are going to run their best play in their playbook, who do you think the ball's going to?
I'm looking at Cook. Or I'm looking at I'm looking at red zone.
You're looking at Josh Allen making
doing something. Because I'm not talking about.
But you guys are referring to ad lib. Josh Allen making a play on the fly, not following.
That is their best play.
Script. I mean, it is to a degree. Because we look at what happened when he didn't follow the script yesterday. Granted, he threw a great pass to Kincaid, but they didn't blitz the shot. First of all, shout out to the Chiefs for bringing that corner blitz with McDuffie. That came out of nowhere. I didn't see that coming. So there was no blitz. There was no QB check to shift the line.
It was a bad play call too offensively.
It was just an excellent.
You still put the cape on and made an
insane throw.
I mean, he made the play, but honestly, bro, like he's had all of the help. You just have to wonder to yourself right now: Are the Bills just snake bitten?
All right, we're gonna talk about that because we're gonna jump right into that because if you're talking about snake bitten, right? Well, let's just get right into the 2-point conversions versus taking the points, right? Because the two of you might say no, they're not snake bitten, and if they took the points, maybe this was a different result.
Can't do the math.
But our research is better than yours. So 2021 playoffs, Bills Chiefs, Gabe Davis, 27-yard touchdown from Josh Allen. 2-point conversion to go up 3. Lost the game anyway. 2022 playoffs. Third quarter. Khalil Shakir, 13-yard touchdown from Josh Allen. Extra point. Go up 4. Lost anyway. 2024. James Cook, 1-yard touchdown run. 3:01 left in the third quarter. 2-point conversion failed. They were still up 1, lost the game anyway. And this year. And yeah, Dawson Knox, 3-yard touchdown catch. Missed the extra point. They lost anyway. Bottom line is, in every single scenario, whether they're going up by field goal, going up by 7, going up by 8, they're still losing. So
all right, so let me explain to you the very clear difference in what you just listed and what happened yesterday. Had that offsides happened and they blocked that extra point, I see them going for 2. It was not blocked. The point was on the board against the Kansas City Chiefs, who have won 15 one-score games. I'm not taking no points off the board to risk it for anything else. So let me do the math for you, right? They had a point on the board. They took it off. That's 1 point, right? The next time around, they didn't kick it for 1 point. So you take that point off the board, right? So
you're also assuming that Tyler Bass. I've seen Tyler Bass miss these. You're assuming he's going to make them.
But listen, it's you can call it
the way kicks have been going this year.
You can call it an assumption, but let's do the math. We're doing the math. So that's 2 points right there. Because of the situation of not having those 2 points, guess what the Chiefs did? They went for 2 instead of going for 1, and guess what? That's another point. How much did they lose by?
3.
So we're talking the difference in reality. It could have if it was a spliff, we'd all be high. But in theory, 3 points, it could have been a high game.
You might be high right now. Bro, it might be a 3-point game.
Why are you taking points off the board? Why?
Because you're trying to beat the champions and you're trying to be aggressive. The same conservative mindset loses these games.
Stop trying to be cute. All these trips to the AFC Championship game won't surprise me if the Bills have a new head coach next year.
My thing is this. I feel like when you don't convert on a 2-point conversion, it forces you to have to continue to go for 2 when you do not convert, right? Because you go from not having the extra point, you go to 6, and then you say, okay, we have to match that on the next score, so I have to go for 2. And then when you don't convert on that, then it forces you to have to go for it again because the other team, guess what, is kicking 1s, the extra point after the score, and then it puts you in the tough and tense position. And we have to remember too, the Chiefs have been here. The Chiefs have played everybody that you can think of in the AFC Championship game, in the divisional games, and they're not the tight team. You know what I'm saying? They are the team that understands that their next play, next game, they're not concerned with having to meet the standard of another team. It's like, yo, we're the champs. We know what we're doing. We've been here before. So when the Bills get in that position, of course they're not going to make plays. You know what I'm saying? Of course you're going to have a drop from Dalton Kincaid, which you don't expect because he's a short-handed tight end. But so the cookie crumbles, especially with the Bills. Their curse continues.
Yeah, I mean, the curse seemed like it's going to continue, especially if Patrick Mahomes is going to remain atop that conference. So maneuvers, are the Bills and Josh Allen ever going to beat Mahomes and make it to the promised land? I would say they probably don't even have to beat Mahomes. There's probably going to be a year where someone else knocks off Mahomes, whether it be a Burrow or maybe Lamar Jackson does it, and then Josh Allen then goes on to beat one of them in the conference championship. But with Patrick Mahomes there, as long as Andy Reid wants to stay there and coach, if who knows how long Spags is going to be there, if he's even going to be there that much longer, they get this other championship. But can Josh Allen ultimately get it done with Mahomes sitting atop the conference?
I think so. Again, I think it comes back to him having a little bit of help, number one. And I think Josh Allen he's shown us who he is, and he's an amazing quarterback. His football is any given Sunday, he beats them in the regular season. I think what happens, and I keep trying to allude to it without saying, but it comes down to coaching. Like, everyone always says, like, yo, Patrick Mahomes is so great. Like, no, Andy Reid and Steve Spagnuolo are amazing.
All world.
I mean, they are, but I mean, you got to go out there and throw the football too, right? So
yeah, but the game plan, the play calling, the practice during the week shows on the field, like the quarterback sneak, they know like that wasn't going last night. That naked boot with Patrick Mahomes, like they must have seen something.
Yeah, right.
Come on, like it's like
here's the thing for me, maneuvers. Why in God's name are you running man to man on 3rd and 5?
Coaching, bro.
Why are you running man to man and you don't got Benford at middle linebacker, and you get the backup middle linebacker in a wash trying to fight over traffic to get over to Samaje Perine, and you get a first down?
Yeah, I mean, like, even that play call.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a D coordinator. I'm playing 2-man. I'm playing cover 2 shell.
I'm gonna let that slide.
Everything in front of me. You know what I'm saying? So that I can make a tackle. Like, why are you running man so that you can have one of these guys, so that you can have them run mesh concept like they did, and have a man be the beach over in the middle?
Yeah.
So fire for that. No man, nah run man. Me now run man, and me now coordinate no D fire. But yo. But man, I mean, you guys said it, like, crazy coaching display. We see it every time. Sean and I watched the Super Bowl together last year. That game-winning drive, the touchdown at the end in overtime, is just like, they're going to make the perfect call, and that's why you pretty much got to be up multiple scores in the 4th if you're going to have a chance to be in Patrick Mahomes.
We're getting close to moving on to the NFC. I sense it. Before we do, there's one thing that I really, really, really want to say.
Mention it.
That was not a catch.
No.
It was not a catch.
No.
Never. Ever,
which one? Xavier Worthy?
Yeah. Never, ever, 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 ever in the history of the NFL. First of all,
I feel like I've seen that before.
He trapped it.
First of all, like, if you're looking at the play, defensive player has on white gloves. Offensive player has on red gloves. The individual with the white gloves on the hands had the most possession as they were going to the ground. They went to the ground. The individual with the red gloves had his hand on the side of the ball, not underneath. I've seen it where
I feel like I've seen that before, though.
Now I've seen it where your hand or your arm is underneath the ball and it kind of touches,
and you're demonstrating control.
Yeah, but
he had no control over the football.
Your hand on the side of the ball, the nose of the ball in the ground, and then you roll over and lay it on your chest, and they call it a catch.
So what's the appropriate call?
Huh?
What's the appropriate call? Incomplete pass or interception?
Incomplete pass.
Can I close it out real quick, FJB?
Yes, sir.
So, in conclusion, I think that we all wanted to see Josh Allen overcome. You know what I'm saying? I picked the Bills.
I wanted to see a 3-peat.
We wanted to see. Ironically enough, we wanted to see our brother from the mountain of Caucasus overcome, but it didn't happen. But what I can say is this: Patrick Mahomes just seems like he will not allow the Chiefs to lose. Like Maneuver said, the QB run calls that were called, the QB options when he had coming off an ankle injury. You know what I'm saying? It's just clever play calling and making plays in key moments. Even with some of the calls that didn't go the Bills' way, you got to give it up to the Chiefs, bro. It's not easy to do what they've done. They've made history. Patrick Mahomes has made history and continues to make history. Is likely gonna go down as one of the greatest quarterbacks that ever played this game.
Lost in all of it too. Jimbo Cook, man, what an
amazing player, right?
Oh, man.
Amazing player.
Yeah,
might be better than his brother in the long run.
Yeah,
did the thing, man.
And Mahomes can never be the GOAT because he lost to Brady in the Super Bowl.
Boo! No offensive line, a bunch of injuries, but we're gonna move on though. We're gonna move on to the NFC and the dog walking that took place on that side from none other than who else?
Our glorious King Saquon.
Our glorious King Saquon. I mean, when I saw his rushing prop line on FanDuel at 122.5, I sat there and was just like, what are we talking about? 122 yards as the base prop for a rushing attack is insanity. And both him and Jalen Hurts had 3 touchdowns each. Dog walk the Commanders. But man, listen, I gotta clap it up for Jayden Daniels. His teammates.
The same amount of playoff wins as Dak Prescott.
This is rookie season. But listen, man, his players literally kept fumbling the rock. They fumbled the rock time and time again. Every single time the Eagles scored off of those possessions. And it felt like for 2.5 quarters there, the team just wasn't even giving Jayden Daniels a chance. Did everything he could. He got them the ball on the money, between the numbers, dropped it, getting it punched out. I knew it was going to be a long day because on the opening kickoff, Luke McCaffrey dropped the ball in the end zone and then had to kneel it. His eyes, bright lights was out. He wanted to bring it out. Couldn't do it. But of course, we've been talking about Jalen Hurts, the lack of the passing game. He hasn't thrown for 200 yards in the playoffs for the entire run this far. 246 yards.
Who called it?
Crazy rushing attack. Defense did everything they could. Maneuvers, if you were a betting man, you would have lost because you said he was throwing for 300.
Give him flowers. He would have thrown for 300, but they ain't had to run the ball in the fourth. They had to pass the ball in the fourth quarter.
That's true. But Maneuvers,
I'm 246 in the third quarter.
I'll kick it to you. With this dominant win, you were in the group chat saying that they're going to dog walk the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. But how confident in you are the Eagles now heading into 2 weeks from now?
I don't want to talk about the Super Bowl because y'all, let me tell y'all something. We're going to give y'all a full
Super Bowl breakdown. With betting props, game specials. Yes, sir.
Everything. I will talk about this NFC title game, and I will say the Eagles are who we thought they were.
Best offensive line in the league.
Let's not get it twisted.
Speaking of dog, the Knicks are, my God.
Let's not get it twisted. They're 2 years removed from the Super Bowl in which they played pretty well without a Saquon Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
And Saquon to me is 100% different in this team, in this offense. And they play to win the game. They do what they have to. And I hear people talking about the turnovers and this and that. Guess what? I don't think the turnovers matter because at no point at all during the game did I say to myself, damn, it looks like Washington can stop them. They just looked. They did what they wanted to do. So turnovers, it helped, but they scored 55 in NFC Championship game. Flashbacks of the 2000 Giants. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean,
I'll just say this before you go, Sean. I just find it funny how we spent the whole off season talking about running back value and how we couldn't pay this one and how literally like at least 9 running backs changed teams in the off season and they clearly make a huge difference. You know, the Eagles had DeMarco Murray, they had DeAndre Swift, they had like every iteration of this RPO, you know, pass it when you need to offense, and Saquon Barkley comes in and just breaks the mold.
Yeah, different.
But they've always had, I feel like the Eagles have always had solid performers on the front lines on both sides of the ball. You know what I'm saying? Dominating the line of scrimmage has always been Philadelphia Eagle MO. You know what I'm saying? And it's no different. You know, they got Jalen Carter on one end, they got Landon Dickinson on the other. They got Nolan Smith at the end, they got Lane Johnson on the other side. And it's like those guys collectively, when you put a generational back like Saquon Barkley behind that offensive line, I mean, we've seen what Saquon Barkley's done with nominal talent on the offensive side of the ball with the New York Giants. And when you put him and pair him with the talent that the Eagles had, everybody knew that it was going to be a success, but they didn't know how soon or how grand this success would be. And it's astounding, bro. Like he's elevated the play of this football team beyond any measure. And shout out to Jalen Hurts, because people have been giving him a hard time throughout the regular season, through the playoffs, to say whether or not he could perform. I mean, let's not get ahead of ourselves. It is the Washington Commanders defense, which can be opportunistic at times, but the Eagles didn't give them the opportunity to take advantage of turnovers. They were the ones, in fact, that took the L when it came to turnovers and losing fumbles, which led to scores on each and every one of those opportunities. But Jalen Hurts played excellent football, bro. He went 20 for 20, 246 yards in a tud, and like Maneuver said, ran for 3 more touchdowns. So, I mean, he did it with his legs. He showed escapability even after the injury. And they, as much as it pains me, the Eagles played great.
You know what?
And they're moving on to the Super Bowl.
You know what you said, that escapability. You know what it reminded me of? He reminded me of Jalen Hurts during that Super Bowl run. Where it was like, I was like, damn, like I remember.
They can't get him down to the ground,
like,
right?
Goddamn, somebody sack him. Like, what the
right?
Heck? Like,
you know what it is? He's such a powerful. He's such a powerful player. You know what I'm saying? From terms of contact balance and being able to stay off the ground. You know,
low center of gravity.
Center of gravity. Like, but if there's anything that you can say about Jalen Hurts is that he is a difficult tackle.
Pause.
Get down to the turf. Pause.
His ability to pause, to get out that back door, like pause, is remarkable. That ability, when he sees the sack coming, to give a little this way and then spin back and come back around and just create just enough room so he can figure out what he needs to do. Like it's something special. Like,
it's easy to forget. Yeah, it's easy to forget that he's one of the best off-schedule quarterbacks in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to be put in a position where you're trying to tackle him. He's outside of the tackle box, and he's got receivers rolling in different directions, and then he has the option to run. Like, he's one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in that particular position. Will Shipley got busy.
Like, I mean, we gotta give the front office their props, right? Because they gave the Eagles everything. They got an offensive line. They have an elite running back. They have an A1 and an A2 receiver. They got a great tight end.
Fangio, defensive coordinator, got them boys running, flying all over the place. Zach Bond, who we never saw coming, all pro. You know what I'm saying? One could
surmise, you know, if Jalen can't win with this roster, I don't know how much more upgrading you could do, but you know, we gave the Eagles their praise. Like, what from the Commanders got exposed, and how can they improve? What lessons should be learned from this game?
Secondary is. I feel like the thing about the secondary that's really the most scary part is that, like, we know they can't cover great, but like, goddamn, can you help us in run support? Can you come up and make a tackle?
Maneuvers. Marshawn Lattimore was probably the most overrated trade before the deadline ever. Like, homeboy is only good for drawing at big time receivers. I don't see him ever make any plays, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's always getting cooked. When he does get cooked, he's mad. When he makes a tackle, he wants to get in somebody's face and get a personal flag penalty. Like, bro is not who we think he is, and that's the reason why the Saints traded him away so willingly. You know what I'm saying? But to your point, you know, their secondary needs help. Shout Frankie Louvu, who had a great game yesterday. You know, he went offside, flying over
that goal line. Yo, I've never seen anything like that goal line. Yo, we're going to award the Eagles with points.
But FJB, that's the reason why we don't like the bro. That's the reason why we don't like the Eagles, right? Yeah. Because why didn't they just snap the ball? Like
for what? You're trying to drum offsides at the half-yard line. Why?
Run the ball. Easier. You know, y'all gonna run the tush push anyway, and that's what they ended up doing.
I hate that play.
You gotta hate the Eagles for that, bro.
I don't hate it.
I do.
I don't. You know why?
I hate that play.
You know why? I don't hate it? Because I've seen, like, it's now a part of the game. Teams have to now be able to defend that.
Because of them.
Huh?
Because of them.
Learn to defend it. Listen, that would have never flopped. That play, 2007 Pittsburgh Steelers, not happening. Palomalu's making the tackle every time.
It's a different NFL though.
Like
from the rules, those kind of guys, the way those guys played, it's not the same.
I'm just saying. My point is, you gotta learn to defend it.
Okay.
You can't be mad. It's part of football. Wildcat was the thing. We were sick of that.
Yeesh.
You know.
Yeah.
You gotta learn to defend it.
I like Wildcat though.
Wildcat.
With Ronnie Brown and anyway.
Yeah. It's all right, man. But shout out to the Final Four.
I gotta say this though, Jayden Daniels, he's on his way. He's on his way.
Very poised. He's on his very impressive.
Top 10 quarterback in the NFL.
I'm not gonna give him top 10.
Come on, man.
He's on his way though.
He's not top 10 yet.
He's on his way. Talk to me week 5 next season. Talk to me week 5 next season.
I'm gonna clip this. I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna pin this in the chat.
I don't even need a whole season.
Just the first quarter.
I just need 5. I just need to see 5 games what he can do against those first 5 teams that have a full season of tape on him to prepare.
You're a hater, bro.
I'm not a hater.
You're a hater.
Listen,
I'm a realist. We gotta wait for off-season adjustments.
I said he's on his way.
Where is he on his way to?
He's special.
Where is he on his way to? Where is he right now?
Huh?
Where is he right now?
He on his way to top 5, not top 10. But
okay, all right. Okay,
I respect that. So how you go from that good?
He's not there.
He's back to you.
Way. He's not there yet. He's on his way. He's special though.
Shout out to all 4 teams, man. Bigger shout out to the Chiefs and Eagles. Hopefully, y'all give us a memorable Super Bowl, everyone. We will be back next week with a special Super Bowl edition where we're going to dive into the offense, defense. Hey. We're going to give picks. We're going to give you some gambling tidbits, mostly from me, because, you know, these gentlemen are very humble. They rich, though. They got it like that. But, you know, I'm trying to make them come up to be like them, you know, when I get my life together. But, you know, as always, subscribe, comment, whatever, like, share, DM. You know, our research is better than y'all's, as always.
I be wanting to argue with people in the comments, and nobody say nothing off the tape.
Or if they do, they agree with us. So you already know how that go. I'm loving it either way.
Well, I'd agree with me too.
22 twos. Holla at us. Peace.